I stand before you with the understanding that life isn't always kind. The roads are not always smooth, the skies are not always clear. Sometimes it seems the clouds hover over us heavy and unrelenting, blocking out the sun. In these moments when we are weighed down by burdens, it can feel as though the clouds will never lift. But here's the truth, just because there are clouds doesn't mean there isn't also a rainbow. Now, I'm not talking about the kind of rainbow that arcs across the sky after a storm. No, I mean the rainbow that appears when someone shows up in your life at the exact moment you need them. It may be a word, a glance, or just a quiet presence. A hand reaching out when you thought you were invisible. A smile when you believed the world had turned its back. These moments, they don't need to be grand gestures, they just need to be real. They need to be kind. You see, we all carry clouds. There's no avoiding them, no running from them. They are a part of life, a part of living. But what a blessing it is to know that even in the midst of the darkest clouds, we can be someone else's rainbow. We have the power, each of us, to bring a little light to someone's world, a little warmth to their soul. There is no greater gift than the gift of light in the darkness. And there is no greater calling than to be a rainbow in somebody else's cloud. You may never know the impact of your words, your actions, or your love, but I promise you this, someone will feel it. Someone will hold on to that little spark you gave them, and they will carry it with them long after you've moved on. Life isn't measured by the wealth we amass, the titles we carry, or the achievements we hang on our walls. It is measured by how much of ourselves we give to others, especially when they are struggling. Being a rainbow means seeing the pain in someone's eyes and choosing to help. It means offering hope when there seems to be none. It means loving even when it's hard, even when it costs you. We live in a world that can feel so disconnected, so divided, but every day is an opportunity to connect, to remind someone they are not alone. We have all known what it feels like to stand under a cloud, to wonder if the rain will ever stop. And we have all known what it feels like when unexpectedly the rainbow appears. Someone steps into our lives and makes the day just a little bit brighter. So be that person. Be the one who lifts others up, who spreads kindness like confetti, who leaves a legacy of love in every heart they touch. The clouds will come, that is certain. But just as certain is the truth that there is always light, always hope, always a rainbow waiting to be found. And sometimes, my friends, that rainbow is you. Life will hand us moments when the world feels heavy, when the light seems distant and unreachable. There will be times when the skies darken above us and we are left standing beneath the weight of those clouds, feeling small, feeling lost. The rain will fall, and it will feel endless. You see, nobody escapes the clouds. They come for all of us in one form or another. Sorrow, hardship, loneliness, each one a cloud that lingers in the sky of our lives, casting shadows we can't always outrun. But here's the thing about clouds, they are never permanent. They may seem unmovable, overwhelming in their size and presence, but they don't last forever. Beneath the heaviest clouds, we must remember that there is still a sky vast, open, and full of possibility. The sun still burns bright, even when hidden from view. And what a miraculous thing it is to know that even from the darkest clouds, a rainbow can emerge. That in the very midst of our trials, there can be something beautiful, something unexpected waiting to reveal itself. Life doesn't promise us sunshine every day. It doesn't promise ease or constant joy, but what it does offer, even in its most difficult moments, is the chance to grow, to learn, to see the beauty in surviving the storm. For without the clouds, we wouldn't recognize the rainbow when it appears. Without the darkness, we wouldn't appreciate the light when it finally breaks through. A rainbow, oh, it's more than just a sight for the eyes. It is a promise, a whisper from the universe that says, hold on, there's beauty on the way you see. A rainbow doesn't appear because the clouds are gone. No, It appears right there in the middle of them after the rain has fallen, while the air is still thick with the storm's memory. It's the bridge between what was dark and what is about to become light. And that, my friends, is where its power lies. A rainbow doesn't come with noise or fanfare. It doesn't demand attention. It simply arrives quietly stretching across the sky, a subtle reminder that even in the midst of the hardest moments, something good is still possible. That color, that vibrancy, is a promise that the storm didn't win, that the clouds didn't have the final say. It is a symbol of resilience, of survival, and of the joy that can rise even after tears have fallen. Now imagine what it feels like to see a rainbow after days of rain. Your heart lightens, doesn't it? Your spirit lifts. And that's exactly what a rainbow does for someone who's been carrying the weight of their own clouds. It shows them that the world hasn't forgotten them, that there is still something beautiful ahead, something worth holding on for. A rainbow is hope painted across the sky, a message that the storm has passed and a new beginning is on the horizon. But here's the most magical part: the rainbow doesn't just exist in the sky. It exists in us, in what we bring to others when they are stuck beneath their own clouds. Just like the colors that stretch across the heavens, we can bring light into someone's darkness. We can be the sign they've been waiting for. The quiet reminder that life can still be beautiful even after the storm. We can be their rainbow, showing them that they are not alone and that their story doesn't end with the rain. It ends with light. Ah, the power of a small act of kindness, a gift so simple yet so profound. In this vast, swirling world, we often underestimate the impact of the little things we do. A kind word whispered in a moment of despair, a smile offered to a stranger whose heart is heavy, or a gentle touch on a weary shoulder can be the lifeline someone has been waiting for. These are not mere gestures, they are the threads that weave the fabric of humanity together. When we open our hearts and reach out, we become beacons of light in a world that sometimes feels cloaked in shadows. Think of the times you have been lifted by someone else's kindness, how their words wrapped around you like a warm blanket on a cold night. Maybe it was a friend who called just when you needed to hear a familiar voice, or a stranger who held the door open for you when the weight of the world felt too heavy. In that fleeting moment, you felt seen, valued, and understood. Those acts, small yet mighty, can change the course of a day, a life, or even a soul. And let's not forget the magic of paying it forward. When we receive kindness, we are filled with a sense of gratitude that ignites a desire to give back. That's the beauty of it. Kindness breeds kindness. One small act can create ripples, spreading outwards and touching lives we may never even know. The next person you help may pass it along, creating a chain of compassion that wraps around the world, a tapestry of love stitched together by unseen hands. So let us embrace this truth. Every day we have the opportunity to be the rainbow in someone's cloud. We can choose to lift others, to remind them that they are not alone in their struggles. A small act of kindness can illuminate the darkest corners of their hearts, reminding them that light still exists, waiting just beyond the clouds. Let us all strive to be that light, to be that rainbow, for in doing so, we embrace our shared humanity and paint a brighter world for everyone to see. Ah, the essence of human connection. It is a thread that binds us all, weaving our stories together in a beautiful tapestry of experience and emotion. We walk this earth as solitary figures, but we are not meant to journey alone. Each of us carries our own clouds, our own storms, and in those moments of struggle, it is the connection with others that brings us solace. The understanding that we are not isolated in our battles, that others walk beside us, can transform the very nature of our suffering. When we extend our hands to one another, when we share our stories, we create bridges over the chasms that separate us. A shared smile, a knowing glance, or a heartfelt conversation can melt away the barriers that life places in our path. These connections remind us of our shared humanity, our collective struggles, and our common joys. It's in these moments that we realize we are all part of something greater, a community that nurtures, supports, and uplifts. Imagine the strength that flows through us when we come together in our vulnerability. We stand taller, we breathe deeper, and we discover resilience we didn't know we possessed. The laughter shared among friends, the tears shed with loved ones, these are the moments that carve out space for healing and growth. In our darkest hours, it is often the love of others that shines the brightest, cutting through the haze of despair like a beacon of hope. And let us not forget the power of empathy. To truly understand another's pain is to open the door to compassion. When we listen, really listen, we show those around us that their feelings matter, that their experiences are valid. In that space of understanding, we foster a sense of belonging, a place where clouds begin to lift and the sun can peek through once again. There is magic in knowing that we can be each other's lifeline, that our connections can bring forth healing. Just as the rain nourishes the earth, our compassion nurtures the spirit. We must recognize our responsibility to one another to be there, to offer our support, and to remind those who are struggling that they are not alone. In every encounter, we have a choice to connect or to disconnect. Let us choose connection, for it is through these relationships that we find our strength. Together, we can weather any storm, lift the weight of clouds, and emerge into the light hand in hand, heart to heart. In the end, it is this connection, this beautiful bond between us that allows us to discover the rainbows hidden in life's most tumultuous storms. Gratitude is a soft whisper that often goes unheard in the cacophony of our daily lives. We move through the world so quickly, often caught up in our own struggles, that we forget to pause and reflect on the kindnesses we've received. Yet, when we take a moment to acknowledge those who have lifted us up during our times of need, we discover a profound truth. Gratitude has the power to transform our hearts and open our souls. Think back to a time when you were wandering through a dark valley, feeling as if the sun would never rise again. Perhaps it was a kind word from a friend that reminded you of your strength, or the presence of someone who simply listened without judgment. Those moments may have seemed small at the time, yet they were monumental in the tapestry of your life. Each act of kindness is a thread woven into our very being, reminding us that we are never truly alone. When we express our gratitude, we do more than just acknowledge the help we've received. We honor the connection we have with others. We recognize the effort, the time, and the love that someone offered us when we needed it most. It's in these moments that we breathe life into our relationships, enriching them with the appreciation they deserve. Gratitude opens our hearts and allows the light to pour in, illuminating the corners where doubt and fear once resided. Yet gratitude is not a one-way street. When we embrace it, we find ourselves compelled to give back, to pay it forward. The act of giving thanks inspires us to extend the same kindness we received, to be a light for others who may find themselves caught beneath dark clouds. It transforms us into vessels of hope, carrying the message that love and compassion can prevail, even in the most difficult of times. Imagine the world we could create if we all took a moment to express our gratitude for the rainbows in our lives. A world where kindness flows freely, where people lift one another up without hesitation. It is within our power to cultivate this culture of gratitude, to make it a practice in our daily lives. Let us not wait for the perfect moment to express our thanks. Let us seize every opportunity to uplift one another, to show appreciation for the light that others bring into our lives. In the end, gratitude is a gift we give ourselves as much as it is a gift we give to others. It is the antidote to despair, the balm that soothes the soul. So let us carry this spirit of gratitude in our hearts, allowing it to guide our actions and shape our words. In doing so, we become part of a beautiful circle, reminding each other that even when the clouds gather, there is always a reason to look for the rainbow. In a world where challenges can feel insurmountable, there exists a beautiful truth: the light we receive from others is not just meant to be cherished in solitude, but to be shared, to be passed along like a precious flame. This act of giving, of paying it forward, is a powerful dance of compassion that creates ripples in the fabric of our lives. When we are blessed with kindness, it becomes our duty, our privilege, to extend that same warmth to those who walk alongside us on this journey of life. It is in our nature to want to help, to seek ways to ease the burdens of others. We have all felt the transformative power of giving, how it nourishes our souls and uplifts our spirits. There is something profound about offering a hand to someone in need, about becoming the rainbow that chases away the storm. When we share our light, we affirm that we are part of something larger than ourselves, that our actions can create a chain reaction of kindness, illuminating the path for others to follow. This cycle of compassion transcends the individual. It reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles. We are interconnected, our lives interwoven like the strands of a mighty river. When one person reaches out, it inspires another to do the same, creating a flow of goodwill that can surge through entire communities. Imagine the beauty of that, a world where kindness is the norm, where each act of generosity becomes a spark that lights the way for someone else. Yet it's essential to remember that even the smallest acts can carry immense weight. A kind word, a helping hand, or simply being present can be the very thing that helps someone else find their way. We may never fully understand the impact of our actions, but we must trust in their power to uplift and inspire. Let us commit to being the stewards of this light, to recognize that kindness is not a finite resource, but an ever-expanding gift. Each time we extend our hands to help others, we reinforce the idea that love can overcome despair, that hope can rise from the ashes of suffering. In our willingness to pay it forward, we become the architects of change, the dreamers of a brighter tomorrow, ensuring that even in the darkest of times, there is always a rainbow waiting to be found. And perhaps as we walk this path of compassion, we will discover that we too are transformed along the way. Think back to moments when life knocked you down, when the clouds loomed dark and heavy above. Those moments are universal. They touch us all, weaving through the tapestry of our shared humanity. Yet in the very depths of those struggles, there exists a flicker of hope, a whisper that tells us we can rise again. When someone steps into our lives with compassion, when they offer us a hand, it becomes a lifeline, a reminder that we are not alone in our battles. It is this connection, the understanding that others have walked similar paths, that fuels our resilience. In our darkest hours, we must remember that the clouds do not define us, they are but a part of our journey. Our ability to rise above our circumstances, to push through the weight of our burdens, is what truly shapes our character. Each challenge we face becomes a stepping stone, a lesson in courage, patience, and hope. It is in those moments of struggle that we forge our spirit anew, emerging stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. Resilience is not merely the act of enduring, it is the spirit of embracing life with all its messiness, all its unpredictability. It is finding joy in the little things, the laughter shared with a friend, the warmth of a hug, or the quiet moments of reflection. It's in recognizing that even amidst the chaos, there is beauty to be found. When we allow ourselves to see the light, even when it flickers faintly, we cultivate the strength to persevere. And let us not forget that resilience is also nurtured by the kindness of others. When we are lifted by those around us, our spirits soar. They remind us of our worth, of our ability to overcome. They become our mirrors, reflecting back the strength we sometimes cannot see in ourselves. In this shared journey, we become a source of encouragement, a reminder to one another that the storms will pass, that we will emerge from the clouds into the sunlight once more. So let us embrace our resilience and honor the kindness that fuels it. Each time we face adversity, let us remember the hands that have reached out to us and vow to extend our own hands in return. In doing so, we not only uplift ourselves, but also empower others to find their own strength. Together, we create a legacy of resilience and compassion, lighting the path for all who walk this journey alongside us. In the end, it is our ability to rise, to thrive, and to love in the face of life's challenges that truly defines us, revealing the beauty of our spirit like a brilliant rainbow emerging from the clouds. In the vast expanse of our human experience, there lies an unspoken truth. We are the architects of our own joy, the creators of our own rainbows. Life, with all its trials and tribulations, can sometimes obscure our vision, making it hard to see the beauty that surrounds us. But amidst the chaos, it is crucial that we remember the power we hold within ourselves to cultivate happiness, to chase away the shadows that threaten to engulf us. We often find ourselves waiting for the external world to offer us validation, for the clouds to part and reveal the sun. Yet the key to our joy resides within. It begins with a decision, a choice to embrace life with open arms, to seek out the light even in the darkest moments. We must become intentional about nurturing our spirits, about seeking out those moments of beauty that make our hearts sing. It could be the laughter of a loved one, the vibrant colors of nature, or even the quiet solitude of a sunrise. Each of these moments holds the potential to awaken our spirits, to remind us that joy is not a distant destination, but a journey we create every single day. As we navigate the storms that life throws our way, let us be mindful of the small, everyday joys that can lift us up. It is in these simple acts of gratitude and appreciation that we find our power. Perhaps it is in a warm cup of tea shared with a friend, the melody of a song that speaks to our hearts, or the embrace of a loved one that brings solace. Each of these moments is a thread weaving the fabric of our happiness, reminding us that we can find joy even when the clouds are looming. Moreover, we must not underestimate the impact of our mindset. The way we choose to perceive our circumstances can either shackle us to despair or free us to soar. It is about shifting our focus from what is lacking to what is present, from fear to hope. When we approach each day with a sense of curiosity and openness, we allow ourselves to see the potential for joy in every situation. And let us also remember that we do not walk this path alone. The connections we cultivate with others, the love, the laughter, the shared stories are essential to our happiness. When we uplift one another, when we celebrate each other's victories, we amplify the joy that fills our hearts. In community, we find strength. In companionship, we find light. Together, we create a symphony of laughter and love, a chorus of joy that reverberates through the darkest of times. So let us rise, let us shine, and let us paint the skies with the colors of our joy. In this vibrant expression of life, we will discover that happiness is not merely a fleeting feeling, but a powerful force that can transform our lives and the lives of those around us. Together, we can create a world where every heart can find its rainbow, no matter the clouds that may gather. Consider the power of forgiveness both for ourselves and for those who may have hurt us. It is a gentle but potent balm that allows us to release the chains of regret and anger that can weigh us down. When we hold on to past wounds, we carry a heavy load, and the clouds can seem all the more oppressive. But when we choose to forgive, we are not merely letting go, we are choosing to honor our journey, to recognize that we are all human, flawed, and beautiful in our own unique ways. In forgiveness, we find freedom, we clear the path for healing, allowing the light to seep in, illuminating the corners of our hearts once shrouded in darkness. Embracing the idea of renewal also calls us to reflect on our dreams, our aspirations, and the visions we hold close to our hearts. Too often, we allow the trials of life to dim our ambitions, to make us doubt our worthiness of happiness and success. But let us not forget that within us lies a reservoir of strength, creativity, and courage waiting to be unleashed. We must dare to dream again, to set our sights high and believe that the best is yet to come. When we reconnect with our passions, when we pursue what ignites our spirits, we breathe life into the very essence of who we are. In this journey of renewal, community plays a vital role. As we strive to lift ourselves up, let us also reach out to those around us, encouraging them to embrace their own opportunities for growth. We have the power to be the mirrors reflecting back the beauty and potential we see in one another. When we support each other in our quest for renewal, we create a network of hope that spreads like wildfire, igniting the hearts of those who may have lost their spark. Together, we can foster a spirit of resilience, a celebration of life's endless possibilities. And as we navigate this path of renewal, let us remember that it is not always easy. There will be days when the clouds seem heavier, when the weight of the world feels almost unbearable. But in those moments, we must remind ourselves of the strength we possess, the courage that lies within. Each time we rise, we become stronger, more aware of our capacity to overcome. And just as the sun breaks through the clouds after a storm, we too can find our way back to the light, rejuvenated and reborn. So let us embrace each day as an opportunity for renewal, a chance to rediscover the vibrant colors that life has to offer. Let us forgive ourselves for the mistakes of the past, dream boldly for the future, and uplift one another along the way. In doing so, we will not only illuminate our own path, but also create a radiant tapestry of hope and joy for all those who journey with us. Together, we can rise from the clouds and dance beneath the brilliant arcs of the rainbows that await us, reminding each other that renewal is not just a possibility, it is our birthright. At the core of our shared human experience lies a simple yet profound truth: we are all interconnected. Each of us in our unique journeys carries the weight of our own clouds, our fears, our sorrows, our struggles. But woven through these individual threads are the beautiful strands of shared humanity, reminding us that we are not alone in our battles. The moments we choose to reach out, to support one another, become the lifelines that illuminate our paths, dispelling the darkness that often feels so overwhelming. Imagine for a moment the power of collective strength. When we come together, we create a force that can move mountains. Each voice, each story adds richness to the tapestry of our lives, showcasing the diverse experiences that shape who we are. It is in our differences that we find our unity. It is in the sharing of our joys and sorrows that we build bridges of understanding. We learn that while our journeys may vary, the emotions we feel, the laughter, the grief, the love are universal. Let us consider the significance of vulnerability in this connection. When we allow ourselves to be open, to share our struggles and triumphs, we create space for others to do the same. It is through this shared vulnerability that we cultivate empathy, allowing us to truly understand one another. We begin to see that behind every cloud lies a story, a narrative that has shaped someone's life. In those stories, we find not just sympathy, but deep compassion, the kind that can spark change and inspire resilience. And as we uplift one another, we become conduits of hope. Each time we extend a hand to help someone rise, we remind them of their inherent worth, of the light that shines within them, even when they cannot see it themselves. We plant seeds of courage, nurturing the belief that they can weather their storms and emerge stronger on the other side. In doing so, we create a ripple effect that spreads far beyond our immediate circle. Our kindness becomes a catalyst for change, inspiring others to take up the mantle and carry the torch of compassion into their own lives. This interconnectedness also invites us to reflect on our role within our communities. We are not just solitary beings wandering through life. We are part of a grand tapestry, each thread essential to the whole. Our actions, no matter how small, contribute to the vibrancy of the fabric that binds us together. Let us not underestimate the impact of our kindness. Every smile, every word of encouragement, every moment of understanding adds to the collective strength that supports us all. In this dance of life, we are not merely passengers, we are participants, co-creators of a world infused with love and compassion. Each time we choose to lift someone up, we affirm our commitment to this shared humanity. We embrace the idea that together we can weather any storm, rise from any challenge, and create a legacy of kindness that echoes through generations. So let us stand together, hand in hand, heart to heart, united in our mission to uplift one another. Let us be the rainbows in each other's clouds, casting colors of hope and joy into the world. In this journey, we discover that the beauty of life lies not just in the triumphs, but in the connections we forge, the love we share, and the collective resilience we nurture. Together, we can illuminate the path for those still lost in their clouds, guiding them toward the vibrant light of possibility that awaits on the other side.